Welcome back, everybody. My name's RIPCORD, and in today's video we're continuing the tips and tricks tutorial series by going over the very first mission in Dr. Dre's security contracts. My goal is to provide a brief tutorial on how you can perform this mission entirely in stealth mode. Well, almost. More on that later, but first, as always, if you like this video, feel free to leave a comment, click the thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe. Alright, so if you're planning to kick off Dr. Dre's security contracts, the very first mission will be the Nightclub investigation. Those of you who are new, the security contracts are a collection of missions released with the Dr. Dre DLC. As you've probably heard me say before, this DLC is definitely a must-have if you're a newbie. There's a bunch of cool tech that's unlocked, there's a lot of cool interaction with Dr. Dre and his music, and outside the Kyle heist is probably the next best source of easy money in the game. Okay, so when you first kick off this mission, or any others in the contract, you'll always get a call from Franklin explaining the story. As soon as you hang up, the waypoint will appear. Now the tendency is to immediately fly or drive to the destination and get the mission going. However, with this one, there's a second option that allows you to collect the evidence in complete stealth mode. To unlock this second option, you'll need to have a little patience. As soon as you hang up on Franklin, you'll be getting a second call from Amani. What you want to do is just hang back a little and wait until this conversation ends. What you're waiting for is a pop-up on the screen that's going to unlock this second, stealthier option. What I've found is that if you get to the waypoint too quickly, the pop-up won't appear, and you'll never even know that it exists. So, after hanging back a little, you'll eventually get this message from Amani detailing a second alternative option of playing the part of a cleaning crew. A cleaning van icon will appear on the map, and this will be your new mode of transportation to head to the nightclub. So the idea here is that you'll be dressing up as a member of the cleaning crew for the club. This will allow you complete undetected access as you walk through the nightclub in search of the security tape. Now as soon as you steal the van, you'll get a wanted level. But a quick call to Lester will easily remove this and you'll be on your way. Alright, so I want to pause here for a moment and address the elephant in the room, as it were, because I'm sure there's a bunch of you out there already thinking, yeah, I've done this method before, but it's not always the easiest to stay undetected, and in the grand scheme of things, it isn't the quickest either. And to them I say, you are absolutely correct. It is not the easiest. There's actually one spot in here where it can always seem difficult, and maybe I can provide some insight that will help you get past this. And to the second part, is it the quickest? No, it's not the quickest. It's actually going to take a little bit longer because you have to go get the van and then drive the van to the nightclub. So yeah, this method is going to add some additional time. Even putting aside the extra time to get to the van, once you get to the nightclub, as you'll see here in a moment, you're going to continually have to perform an action to remain undetected. So yes, it's not going to be the quickest, but again, the whole point of this is to add another element to the mission, mix it up a little bit, and challenge yourself a little along the way. If your whole goal is to complete this mission as quick as possible, then I would definitely recommend avoiding this technique and simply head to the club, guns a-blazing, creating copious amounts of bloodshed, find the security tape, and then exit. Alright, so here's the plan. As soon as you arrive, head inside, and then exit the van. As soon as you get out, you'll be in stealth walking mode. Always exit this, as it's very annoying and it's definitely going to slow you down. After a short while inside, you should get a pop-up that'll explain the action needed to avoid detection. And in this mission, the action is sweeping. Yeah, somehow the simple act of pulling out a broom and sweeping the floor is all you'll need to fool the surrounding NPCs. Who knew that in 2023, the most effective weapon in GTA might just be a 5-foot push broom and some cleaning crew coveralls? Certainly not I. Okay, so you'll notice in the lower right of the screen there's a suspicion meter. If you begin seeing this meter fill with white, it means you're being detected. You don't want this to fill completely up. If it does, you'll be detected, and then it turns into the guns and bloodshed variety. So just continue on this path you're seeing here, and then whenever you see the meter begin to fill up, simply stop and press the action. For me, playing on a PS5 controller, this action is the right arrow button. You need to click the right arrow to begin sweeping, and then when you see the suspicion level drop in the meter, you'll press the right arrow button again to stop. And that's it. Simply continue this process as you head upstairs and work your way to the office area, which is located in the back. So as I was explaining earlier, there's really only one area you need to be careful of when performing this mission in stealth mode. Everything to this point is relatively easy and straightforward. Just remember that the suspicion level meter only increases when you're in the sight lines, or cone of vision in the minimap. So just be mindful of this as you're walking through the club. The most challenging part of this mission in stealth mode comes when you enter the office surveillance area. As you get closer, you'll notice a security tape you need to steal will be located on the desk to the left. However, as you get closer, you'll also notice that you'll be in the line of sight with one of the NPCs. This is a problem. In Rockstar's infinite wisdom in setting up this mission, they've made the action to begin sweeping exactly the same as the action needed to steal the tape. So yeah, your natural instinct will be to press the right arrow to begin sweeping, but if you're too close to the security tape, you'll instead begin stealing the tape. And if you do this, the suspicion level continues to fill and you'll get noticed before you're finished grabbing the tape. So here's my biggest tip. When you enter this area, head for the NPC that's behind the desk to the right, the one holding the clipboard. You want to get into position where you're standing right next to him. As soon as you're in position, press the action to begin sweeping. If you're too far to the left or standing in the middle of the room, your character will automatically head to the security tape and begin picking it up, which will get you noticed. If you're beside the NPC, however, you'll be far enough away that your character will perform the sweeping. Then, once the suspicion level gets to 0, press the action to stop, and then quickly run to the other side and press the action again to begin picking up the tape. Now bear in mind that it's going to take some time to go through the action of picking up the tape. So as soon as you have control of your character again, you need to immediately press the action again to start sweeping. Wait for the level to drop, and then you can exit the office area and nightclub using the exact same method as before. And that's it. Just retrace your steps back through the club, stopping where needed to perform the sweeping, and head back to the entrance area. Now I'm going to speed this up a little to get back there, but the last thing I want to mention, and I hinted at this at the beginning of the video, is that this mission isn't exactly completely stealth. Again, in Rockstar's infinite wisdom in setting up this mission, they've created a quote-unquote stealth mode whereby you enter the club in stealth mode, you walk through the club in stealth mode, but upon leaving the club, you're immediately caught and have enemy NPCs chasing you, which to me doesn't make sense. If you fooled them to this point, surely you'd have fooled them enough to be able to leave without being chased, but unfortunately that's not the case. Don't stress too much though. Once you're outside, simply call for your vehicle and then just leave. You may have to drop a few while waiting for your vehicle to arrive, as you're seeing here, but don't panic. From this point, it's pretty easy peasy. Just head on back to the agency and drop off the security tape for Franklin. So that's it, my friends. Thank you for watching. If you found better ways to complete the Nightclub Leak mission in stealth mode, by all means, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be well, be safe, be mighty, be the one. Oh, Maestro!